Good morning. Happy Saturday. Excuse me. Yes, this is just a little pop up live on Saturday morning, which I like to do sometimes. Um, hi. For those of you I don't know, my name is Elisa and my channel is Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. I even threw on a one of my channel shirts today. And when I'm not cruising, I like to talk to my family and friends about the next cruise. So, anyway, starting off this morning, just a normal Saturday morning, doing some, you know, laundry. I'm going to make myself some tea and maybe some oatmeal because it's a little chilly here. I'm not sure where everybody is this morning, but hey, Team Reese. Hey, Kiki. How are you this morning? Cold enough for you? I was trying to turn on the weather channel before I started to see what the weather is everywhere. It's a little chilly here this morning. I think it may be just 60. I know that's not cold, but you know, it's not hot either. So I just fixed myself some tea. I'm good. It is. Oh, and snowy. How much snow are you supposed to get? Make myself some. I made myself some tea. I think I'm gonna make some oatmeal now because that seems like a good cold morning kind of thing. Now I know Kiki. I know you watched all about the icon, and you're gonna go on. You're on the inaugural, right? I obviously it's a the ship is big news in the cruising community. It's big news here in Florida. Um, and it's definitely been on the news. Everybody's watching. Watched her come in. And I watched YouTube channels like Rich and Jazzy Life as they were showing um, the ship come in. I think that was really cool that they were on, excuse me, another ship and just happened to be able to watch it pull in. It's 26 degrees here, and not sure how much snow is coming. Well, that's kind of normal for this time of year for you, right? I hope you're not going to be, snowed in, but still, it's beautiful when the snow falls. I know when it's you get that white covering, but trying to get around and do your daily activities is not so great. Driving in the snow, sludge, trudging through the slush after the snow gets walked on a little bit. I know, not great. See if I got enough water in there. Are you planning? I'm not leaving this house today, so I'm not even worried about it. Funny. I'm gonna try and leave the house today to see what the weather is gonna be. I think it's gonna warm up a little bit, but it's been very rainy here the last couple of days, so I don't have anything that's super urgent that I have to get out and do and trudge through the rain. So, we'll see. But in the meantime, there's plenty of stuff to do at home. Like I said, I got laundry going. There's other stuff. There's other chores you keep putting off and save for that rainy day. Well, today might be the rainy day. But anyway, I know you were watching all about the icon, and I was too. And oops, so we got all kinds of pop ups happening here. Um, I was too, and I'm curious to see what people think about the icon because I am super. Hey, Scott Smith, how are you? Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. I am just doing normal Saturday morning chores. Got the laundry going, made myself some tea, gonna fix some oatmeal, and talk about the icon of the seas. Because that is big news here. It's big news, cruise worldwide, but it's big news here in Florida. It is giving the news reporters a lot to talk about it. I'm excited to get on board now. I wasn't at first because of the price, but all the hype is helping. Yeah, I mean, I I hear all about the pricing. I know it was a lot. So I can understand that that's not like the super thing to, the part to be super excited about, but you've done it. She's paid for. Now you're going. Obviously, it's paid for because you're about to get on now. So try and go and have a great time and remember why you were so excited to book it in the first place. Um, the so we watched it come into Miami on, I think that was Wednesday morning, right? The and they did the same thing for the Wonder when she came into Port Canaveral. That was big news. We had It was all over our local news, and they did the big fanfare and the tugboats leading in and the water spouts and the whole big ceremonies. Yes, great advice, girl. It's paid for now. You go. You have a good time. And tell us all about it. Tell us all about it, because I don't think I'll be going on her anytime soon. My big thing this year, well, I mean, I have cruises booked this year, but the big one that I'm excited about is the Wonder, which you've already been on. But I was excited because that was the biggest ship in the world, and I knew the Icon was coming right behind her, and that she was then Wonder was gonna then be surpassed by Icon. So I'll get on maybe next year after you guys come back and tell me uh, how great it is. But anyway, so yeah, so there was the big fanfare about her, and then there's still, like, I don't know when that might be happening now, where like the travel agents and the press and stuff are doing their mini cruises with her, but not the big inaugural till the 27th. Is that right? But anyway, she's a Icon of the Seas is a mega ship. um, that's going to operate 7-night cruises to the Caribbean and Royal Caribbean's private island. Is I love Coco Key, and yes, it's big, and they have the whole, but Icon is massive. If you saw any of the footage of her coming into Miami and just the turnaround and back up to try and to park, excuse me, I can't imagine what that's going to look like um, coming into Coco Key. It's going to be there's no other way to describe it. That ship is just huge, and it's gonna like cast a shadow on the top of Coco Key. Yes, the inaugural is on the 27th. We're heading down on the 25th. Oh, nice. Very nice. And I can't remember that. Are you guys, you're flying, right? You're, do the, do the long, do the long drive, do the long drive down from Indiana. But anyway, you know how I like to do. So I'm flipping through the cruise news articles. I know there's a lot of talk about like the facts about the ship, and this article is talking about just how the 10 things that you need to know about um, Royal Caribbean's 10,000 person Icon of the Seas. Yes, way too far to drive. Yeah, that's a long one. That would be a long one for you. I mean, I guess if you have the time and you're just kind of leisurely seeing the country, it's okay if you need to make stops and stuff. But yeah, for the turnaround and go right back after you've done this mega ship, that would be a lot. So I don't blame you at all. So Icon of the Seas is now the world's largest cruise ship. 250,800 gross tons shipped. It dethroned its predecessor, Wonder of the Seas, when it joined Royal Caribbean's fleet in 2023. The 20 deck Icon can accommodate up to 9,950 people, specifically 7,600 guests. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And I'm sure this inaugural is sold out. So you're going to get to see that many people on the ship. Does that worry you? Is that exciting? Do you like the crowd? Do you like the hustle and bustle? Excuse me. Or are you worried about feeling like there's 7,000 passengers, almost 10,000 people on the ship? Which, again, the 7,000 passengers is amazing, but to need, um, what is it? What did they say? 2,500 or almost 3,000 crew to keep her running and keep all the services going. That's a lot. Does that seem like a lot? Because that's a lot. I know there's a whole world that we don't get to see down on the way down decks. One in, I don't even know what they call those, the decks that the crew are. One being the, it's not even the lowest. There's something under that. So I don't know. I don't. We don't know about that world and how many people are down there going about their day, or living until they come up for their shifts, or if they have jobs that they are always staying below deck. I don't know, but that's a lot of people. um Royal Caribbean's CEO Michael Bailey called it the best-selling ship in the cruise line history. Well, I'm sure there was so much um, planning and hype about it that I know it was sold everywhere. Pre-sales for a long time, and everybody was excited and they wanted to go, and so they snapped those up, even though the prices. Well, maybe at that time the prices didn't seem too ridiculous, but I know it only continued to go up from there. So if you got initially what's now a good deal, that's a good thing. Just making my oatmeal. Okay, so it says the Royal Caribbean experienced its largest booking day when reservations opened um, in October 2022. Um, and at that point, it had only begun construction on the $2 billion vessel 1 year prior. $2 billion. $2 billion. That's the cost to build Icon of the Seas. I cannot imagine. It seemed very expensive, but it was nothing compared to what you're seeing now. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know it only in retrospect it's kind of a deal, or maybe that's a little too far. Not a deal, not a steal, but definitely the prices only continue to go up. So even if you were unsure about it, it was better to go ahead and book it when you did, to get the price that you did. But did you know that $2 billion? That's the cost uh, of building her. Paid an arm instead of an arm and a leg. Well, you need both. It can't be the arm that you hold your camera in. You need that. At least can let you put it. That's funny. Yeah, you got vlogs to make. You got pictures to take. After all that, you got to tell people about it, show people about it. As you say, it might be a one and done. Now I know you really like the Wonder, but like you're saying, for the price that you paid for Icon, maybe you won't feel like you need to repeat it again anytime soon. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, I'm really, really anxious to hear what everybody has to say and has to show about it because I think it's exciting. Seeing me traveling more. Good morning, Elisa. Hope you are doing well. Thanks so much for coming in. I am hanging in there. I have been fighting the flu for seems like forever. I am feeling better, but the cough is still lingering. But I am trying to get back into the swing of things and keep these watch hours moving along. Keep climbing the YouTube climb. I think I'm at like 442, something like that. I know you're not supposed to watch the numbers, but I am really hopeful and excited to at least be getting to the halfway point on monetization. So yeah, if you guys need a playlist or two to run, please go. Feel free to run mine. I am happy to have you all do that. Um, Listen, everyone is working on this cruise. RJ has been practicing his vlog arm too. You go, RJ. I feel like RJ probably is more than ready. He's a seasoned cruiser at this point. He has definite opinions. He's more than qualified to, critique a meal or two, rate a slide. He can definitely help. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't yeah. Mom and dad went through a lot for this cruise. He can hold a camera at least. um, Scott saying more than the CME. Team Reese saying hey to CME. It's hard not to watch the numbers. It is hard not to watch the numbers. Don't get me wrong. I am definitely having a good time and meeting all of you guys, and it's fun. It's. I'm really having a good time. But you do. It is work also. So you do want to see your efforts pay off, and that is a goal. That is a goal. So hopefully, I will be able to reach it soon. I sorry for my little break. I was looking for the lid, but anyway, I'll let that sit for a little bit. I'm fighting the fluish type stuff. Been sick since Christmas. Had COVID then. Tough New Year so far, health wise. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, but yeah, it started for me Christmas Eve also. Um, and yeah, you just tried. I was looking so forward to Christmas, and I have Vlogmas going, and then it was just like it was a hard stop. It was a hard stop to the end of Vlogmas. So I hope you're feeling better really, really soon. If you get, I don't know if you have the same thing with the lingering cough, but it's more annoying than anything. You feel like you're feeling better and you still have this dumb cough. But anyway, CME saying hi to Scott and Team Reese. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Been meaning to get back to you, Lisa. Marsha said you messaged her. Sorry, we're slow at messaging back. Oh, no worries. I really, you guys. I mean, I would still love to talk to you whenever you guys are feeling well. I know how busy everybody is, and I did not take that personally at all. So no worries. I am gonna restart the Look Who's Cruising Now series in February. So anybody who would like to come on and keep talking to me about cruising, I would love to sit down with you. So when you're up to it, have Marsha message me back, Kurt. Thank you. Um, Controversial Cruising. Hey, Scott. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Yes, the cough is awful. Scott Smith saying, good morning, fellow Scott. Controversial Cruising. Good morning, fellow Scott. There's an official Scott greeting, you guys. I didn't know. That's funny. Hey, it's Amy. Hope you're feeling better, Kurt. Yes, feel better, feel better, feel better. Now, are you guys scheduled to head out on a cruise soon? I'm talking about Icon of the Seas, and Team Reese Travels is heading out on the inaugural on the 27th. Are you, any of you on that as well? Um, but I'm excited, and I'm going to be totally living vicariously through all of your experiences in your lives and your vlogs once you get back. But this article says not everyone is a fan. What? What? Not everyone is a fan. In July, images of Icon of the Sea circulated, and it quickly became a divisive topic on the social media platform. Oh, I guess on X, which that was Twitter, right? Um, Incurring titles like a monstrosity and hell on water. What? But this isn't stopping Royal Caribbean from building big. The cruise operator has already announced the next Icon class ship, the Star of the Seas. Um, 14 days till, oh, the Jubilee. Another big ship. Sorry, not as big as the Icon, but I know you'll go and have a great time. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. No plans on Icon. We cruise on MSC Seashore in 28 days out of Port Canaveral. Oh, nice, nice. Well, hey, I don't know if you guys come in early. Into Orlando early, but if you have time and would like to meet up, let me know because Port Canaveral is not too far and I'm in Orlando. So would love to say hey. I have not done MSC yet. Have you been on MSC already? Are you a fan? I still hear mixed things about it. I mean, I think people who enjoy cruising, and they enjoy going on it, and they say the ships are beautiful. But I'm not sure it's quite what we're used to. That's not good or bad. It's just different, right? So anyway, so the next Icon class ship will be Star of the Seas. I don't know about that one and where that's going to be home ported. Um, Miami is where Icon is, and I mean I know Port Canaveral is still expanding, but they made room for they built that new terminal, and that's where Wonder is. I guess it would be big enough to have other ships rotating in, like the next biggest one, Star of the Seas or Utopia. I don't know. I don't know, but you have to have room to park these big ones. Carnival Vista is in May for Scott. Oh, nice, Scott. Excuse me, nice. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. It should be a good time. I don't know where Scott Smith. I know I'm talking to multiple Scott. Scott Smith, where do you live? What state? I'm just thinking about the weather. I think if you don't already have cruises booked for the spring and early summer, like these weather days really make you want to be getting on some kind of ship soon, especially heading to the Caribbean. I've been talking about how my next my next cruise is June, and that's going to be to Alaska, and then in July I go on the Meet and I group cruise. That's going to Mexico on the western coast, Mexican Riviera, and then not again until October, which will be the Wonder of the Seas. Thank you. It'd be great to meet up. Oh, awesome. We know more about time as our cruise gets closer. Sure, of course. Yeah, no problem. Let me know. Let me know. Um, Alabama. It's cold today. See, that's what I started off saying. It's cold in Florida today. Is it cold and rainy or just cold? That's kind of the worst. Cold and rainy. Well, no, it's not the worst. I'm sorry. It's snowing in Indiana. It's it's cold and snowy, so it could be worse. Okay, so I don't think I knew that the Star of the Seas was the next ship, but um, that's the next one for Royal Caribbean. The Icon of the Seas is anticipating plenty of travelers despite its haters. The ship has 2,805 staterooms across 28 cabin categories. 28 cabin categories, 14 new to the brand. Okay, I was gonna say that seems like a lot. This includes the unique family infinite balcony cabin, grounded by an alcove with a bunk for children. Oh, I don't think I knew about the bunk part. I was just thinking about how they are. Your Team Reese is laughing at me. I don't know what you're laughing at, but I'm glad I'm getting your Saturday morning off to a funny start. um, think the medal for the Star of the Seas has started. Oh, in the shipyard. I'm assuming it's in Finland again. That seems to be the place to build, and probably one of only a few shipyards that could actually handle the size of these new mega ships. Been cut. Okay, can't imagine. Can't imagine. And I can't imagine what if they just cut it so and then store it until it's ready to start being put together. That I can't imagine. You see the end result in the Icon. You know how massive the ship is. What does the shipyard look like to house this and all of its parts before it comes together? Because you know how it is when you're putting something together. I mean, think smaller scale at home. You know, a coffee table, a chair, whatever. You have stuff scattered everywhere. Excuse me. I'm sure it's very well organized, a fine tuned machine, but that's a lot of stuff. I'm sure it's a mess before it starts looking like anything. Um, but anyway, I had not heard about that. Um, I knew they were talking about the Infinity balcony cabins like they have on the Celebrity, but I did not hear about the part with a bunk for children. So interesting. Team Reese, if you're able to, I'm sure there's no empty cabins, but you know, I don't know if you guys can organize a cabin crawl. I'm sorry, I know you already have a lot on your plate. You probably have all of your, you know, what you're planning to film on. But you know, if you can squeeze in a little cabin tour, a little cabin crawl, so we can see more cabins and all these different types, that would be awesome. I'm sure everybody would be is curious to see what each other's rooms look like. So that could work out maybe. Sure, that's a fun idea. Oh, good. I'm glad you think so. If you could squeeze it in. Okay. The 7,600 travelers can dine and drink at the 40 bars or 40 restaurants, bars, and lounges. Um, the icon will have a Hook Seafood Outpost. These options include a swim up bar, a food hall, and a Starbucks. However, only about half of the 21 dining venues are complimentary. Well, that's a little bit of a bummer, especially considering how much how expensive the cruise is. The more that's included in that price, the better. I mean, obviously, I know that they're going to always have, the specialty dining and do things that could be an upcharge, but I guess half, 40, 21 out of the 40 restaurants, bars, and lounges are included. So that's good. So, what do we think the swim up bar is going to be like? A food hall, and I'm guessing that's going to be similar to what folks are talking about on Virgin, where you can kind of grab and go. I don't know. I'm totally just guessing here. So if you guys know, um, feel free to jump in. I'm not a coffee drinker, so Starbucks is not a thing for me. But I know people who love their coffee and love their Starbucks, and I'm sure the line will be long. Who's going to be in the Starbucks line? Is it you? Will it be you? I'm gonna fix my oatmeal. Are you guys oatmeal eaters? Is that your good hot cereal? Are you more grits? Do you enjoy oatmeal or grits on a cruise ship? Sometimes I do. Like, you eat so much fun and different and fancy stuff that you want something kind of basic sometimes. Sorry, I need sugar in my oatmeal. I don't know about you guys. You know how the oatmeal box has, it's all heart healthy in here. I'm adding sugar, but I need some sugar. Oops. And I like a little milk in mine too. Do you do that? I feel like it's one of those. Everybody likes it a little bit different. I also like the brown sugar and nuts. Anyway. Yes, the sugar. Gotta have some sugar. Now I never had a cream of wheat. I don't know how that is. And if that's a sugary one or one you put sugar in too. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling about my breakfast here. Okay, back to the icon. There are several incentives to spend big on an icon vacation. Oh, are there? Are there, Kiki? Just boarding the ship won't be cheap. Icon of the Seas, excuse me, fares start at $1,910 per person for an interior cabin. In general, the larger the ship, the more room for pay to play amenities. On this newcomer, travelers who spent more cash to book a suite will have access to an exclusive a suites only neighborhood. On top of this, guests can purchase beverage and specialty dining packages to try all the food and beverage options. Cheap where? interesting enough, I don't know how you got the 1900 per person. Oh, they're saying an interior cabin. I'm guessing you didn't get an interior. Did you book any specialty dining, or you just kind of like, no, we're going, we're on board, we're gonna get everything that's included? I do feel like it's gonna be very hard. How long is the inaugural? Is it the full 7 day cruise? I do feel like it's gonna be hard to see it all. Um so maybe that will work to your benefit, although I know you're going to try and see it all. You know, if you can't see it all, then you can't feel like you're missing stuff by not doing all of the extra dining or the upcharges. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna sit down so I can actually eat my oatmeal here. Yes, we have an interior, but it's a Central Park interior. Oh, now that's interesting. I mean, I don't know if that's a normal room category, a Central Park interior. I never heard of an interior on Central Park. That isn't that the whole purpose, so that you could see the park from the balcony. Yes, it's 7 days. We did book one specialty restaurant and hoping to get one more once we board. Does it look like things are sold out, or is it you just have to go and get your reservations? Oop, let me grab my phone again. Sorry about that. The Surfside neighborhood, one of 8, could be the go-to for young families. This boardwalk-like space has a carousel, arcade, in the children's water play area. I mean, Central Central Park balcony. Okay. I was gonna say, whoa, well, that's different. And you stayed in a Central Park balcony before. Don't remember. Sorry. I think I was talking to you about whether or not it was noise. I can't see the water, so I always call them interior. Fair point. Yeah, if you're not seeing the water, you're looking at something else on the inside. I get it. I get it. But yeah, I think it was you, right? That I was talking about the Central Park balcony, because I was thinking that it was going to be very or could be very noisy at times, but you said no. It wasn't. You enjoyed it. Probably so. That's probably why you booked that room again. Do we think Central Park is going to be bigger? I mean, it's already big on the Oasis class ships, but since the ship is bigger, did they just sort of divide it up, or is the park much bigger? I think the park is bigger from what I've been hearing other people talk about. So, anyway, the Surfside neighborhood is going to be good for the young. Well, I should say for the young kiddies, but for kiddies, that's where the boardwalk area is going to be. Definitely would be curious to see how that is different. Surfside. This is showing a little. This is when they were still showing the renderings. Has snack windows serving treats like donut holes and fried chicken. Maybe you will want to spend some time in the Surfside. The ship is part floating hotel, part water park. Thrill Island is lined with colorful water slides, as shown while the ship was under construction in Finland. Royal Caribbean has been touting the Thrill Island Neighborhoods Water Park as the largest on a cruise ship. If that's not enough, the operator says one of the 6 water slides will also be the tallest at sea. The ship has 7 pools, including a suspended infinity option. Instead of the typical centralized pool deck, these swimming holes are scattered throughout different areas of the ship. I do think that that's going to be a cool thing in different and help spread out the crowds. Hopefully, you won't have a terrible time, finding a deck chair around a pool because people will be spread out. No, it wasn't noisy at all with the balcony door closed. Okay, cool. So I was thinking about that for um, the Wonder. Honestly, I don't know what I ended up booking now. I just know I booked it, and that's a family cruise. And my mom was kind of like, "Did you book it yet? Did you book it yet? Did you book it yet?" So it was just like I had to book it or risk being disowned. Um, so how much bigger is the star? Will the Star of the Seas be? Each new ship from Royal Caribbean is bigger than the previous one. Not sure. Excuse me. This article didn't actually say that. It just said it would be the same icon class. So I'm not sure if it's going to be the same size like a sister um, ship or, a couple feet longer, wider. Not sure. But that is a good point. They have been constantly one upping each other with the next ship. Well, not each other, themselves. they've been one upping themselves. Royal Caribbean has by building the next ship a little bit bigger. So, do you think that's going to help it not feel so crowded with all the multiple pools and more of like this Thrill Island where maybe the families with younger kids are going to hang out so they can do all the water slides and the splash zones and all that kind of stuff. The infinity pool seems pretty cool. I would think that people are going to try and get in it at least once, though, just because it's an infinity pool. I'm sure it's cool if you go right up to the edge and looking out over the ocean. Seems like it would be. Mm, okay. Meet every nervous traveler's worst nightmare, the Crown's Edge. Crown's Edge is the cruise ship's exhilarating ropes course, as shown. Oh, there's a rendering shown, but I saw that. I don't know if you saw that, where when they were bringing the ship in. I happened to be watching a Rich and Jazzy Life, but I'm sure other vloggers who were capturing that probably saw it too, because they noticed that the giant anchor on the outside of the ship, the top, it's like the top middle. Apparently that's called the Crown's Edge, and they noticed that there were people doing something around it, and apparently that's part of this ropes course. But as you go around the anchor, excuse me, it's sort of like it looks like there's like a plank, and you kind of jump off and swing around it. Kiki, are you doing that? um, it looks like a little too much for me. I have to say, the zip line, I was always trying to talk myself into, and so I was excited when I saw Kiki do that. Um, yeah, no, this seems like tempting fate. Um, this ropes course, which could leave participants suspended over 150 feet above the water. It's not for the faint of heart. No, it doesn't look like it. Too overwhelming. Like many mass market cruise ships, Icon has a surf simulator, rock climbing wall, and mini golf course as well. Um, the different communities on Icon help spread folks out. Bottleneck days will be embarkation day and debarkation day. Agree. That's what it looks like to me too. I think you're definitely going to feel like you're on a ship with what was the 7,000 some passengers that day. Everybody's going to be excited and anxious to get on. Um, so yeah, I feel like you'll feel the crush, and then hopefully everybody will start spreading out, and it won't feel like massive crowds everywhere you go and lines everywhere you go. Um, so that will help, I think, a lot. But it'll be interesting. It really will be interesting to see people recording it and their vlogs throughout the day as you see them move around the ship, how crowded it is in any given location or in the hallways, or how bad it. Hopefully, the elevators are well spaced out well, and um, move well, and there's not the massive line and jam up at the elevator. So I nope. I think that was for the Crown's Edge. You're not doing that. I hope. Nope. I like stuff like that, but Crown's Edge is a bit much for me, and it's expensive. Well, that's probably the crowd, a crowd control thing too, where they're gonna, that's gonna weed people out if it's already expensive. Um, if the whole family can't do it, they're probably not likely to uh, to spend a whole lot for people to do it. So that probably is on purpose, that they're making it expensive so that people won't all be flocking to go and do it. But yeah, it does look like a little bit much. But for those thrill seekers, I mean, being on the world's largest cruise ship is not thrilling enough. You got to try and jump around the anchor. It's there. Hey, Rooted in Essential Oils, how are you? Good morning. Elisa and Chad, I'm at work just sneaking on here to say hello. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm sorry you're working, but get back to where you can just kind of, you're waving. Hey. Team Roos is saying, hey to Rooted. Together we travel. Hello. How are you? Thanks for coming in, saying hello to everyone. Rooted saying good morning to Team Reese Travels. See, hey there, Together We Travel from CME Traveling. Team Reese saying hey to Together We Travel. CME saying hi to Rooted. Thanks so much. Yeah. So if you know anybody who's going to do the anchor, make sure they're capturing it on video. Do we think that there must be a place along that ropes course and probably at the anchor somehow, some way to get a picture, right? I mean, I don't think you'll be allowed to take your own camera. I wonder if you can use your GoPro if you have it mounted like on your, well, maybe not on your chest. I don't know how the harness goes, or on a helmet or something like that. But surely they must let you get a picture to sell back to you at a low price of $25. You must be able to get a picture of this somehow, don't you think? So if you know somebody who's going to do it, make sure they listen to the safety instructions first of all, so they make it back safe, but that they record it and that they get a picture so that they can share with all of their cruisy friends. Hey, Carmen, how are you? Thanks for coming in. How are you today? Happy Saturday. Hopefully, it's not too cold and rainy or snowy where you are. I'm just doing Saturday morning chores, got some laundry going, got some tea, and I'm sitting here talking about Icon of the Seas. And, you know, excited to hear everybody else going on her soon and what it's going to be like, because it seems like it's going to be quite the adventure. Hey Uno, good morning. Let's go. We got spring workout to do. Maybe next time. Maybe next Saturday morning. Yes, get back out. It is cold and rainy, and maybe that doesn't matter to you, but no, not going outside right now. But thanks for coming in and good to see you. We are just talking about cruising, and in particular, the world's newest and largest cruise ship, the Icon of the Seas by Royal Caribbean. Okay, I'll hold on till next Saturday. I'm not promising sprints, but I can see getting up and getting active, trying to kick this flu and this cough, and gotta get moving. Team Reese is saying hi to Carmelin and to Uno. Okay, the last on this list, like other Royal Caribbean ships, onboard entertainment includes a show at the water-based Aquadome Theater. Uno saying good morning to Team Reese. Yes, I think this is probably going to be, well, it already looks cool and everybody's sort of fascinated by the Aquadome. But I think the Aquadome enclosing that space is gonna be an amazing thing, because they've had to stop the Aqua show and cancel it a lot of times on certain ships, like on Symphony of the Seas and others where it's affected by rain or winds. So having it close in will be able to the show will be able to go on, is what I'm trying to say. So I think that's a cool thing. Excuse me. Carmen says, I'm well, thanks. It's freezing here in Detroit. Oh, we got 3 to 4 inches of snow yesterday, and the winds are very strong today. Looking forward to the cruising season for me. Hey, Carmen saying, hey to Team Reese Travels. Yes, I was saying that too. Days like today definitely make you start looking forward to getting on a cruise ship and heading to warm seas, sunny skies. So I don't blame you for that. Team Reese was saying the same thing. They got some snow and it's cold, and Kiki says she's not thinking about leaving the house. So you have to get out and about, Carmen, or you get to stay inside and stay warm today. Carmen, perfect weather for sprints or burpees. I'm about to jump in the cold shower and get outside for a workout. Y'all have a blessed day. Thanks, Uno. You too. Be careful whatever you're doing. Burpees outside in the snow, I don't know. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. A robotic arm, a waterfall, and projections will play a role in this unique performance in the Aquadome Theater. The ship also has a rink for ice skating shows at sea. But if you detest cruise ship shows, what? Who is that? Of all types, at least the industry's latest achievement has a list of other features to explore as well. I don't think it's saying that the ice skating rink is not in the Aquadome, right? I don't think that's what they meant. I just think they're just talking about the other shows in general. Like, wait a minute. I mean, I know they like multi-use spaces, but how's that? That seems crazy. So, Carmen, would you go on Icon, or are you going on Icon? Is that too large of a ship for you, or does that seem like super exciting? I know some people are saying like they think it's way too big. I mean, I know the first of all, the cost is not cruiser friendly. It's not the most friendly prices. So even though it can accommodate a lot of people, it's a big cost. So maybe not one that you would be able to go on as often as some of the smaller ships. But assuming you get a great deal or it's a manageable price, would you go on the Icon of the Seas, um, or the next one that's coming, which is the Star of the Seas, or do you think that that's too big of a ship and would not enjoy it? Yes, both my parents are hospice patients. My daddy was rushed to hospital Thursday, going to see him there, then to my sister's home to see my mama. Once my dad is home, it'll be one stop. Uh yes, Carmen. I'm sorry to hear that. I know that must be very difficult on you, especially trying to divide your time to go check on them both and take care of them both. I hope your dad is able to come home and everybody will be in one spot so that you will that will be easier for you to see everybody and have everybody together. Uno, I will walk inside. We're praying for you, Carmen. Carmelin, Kiki is saying, absolutely, absolutely. That must be very, very difficult. I'm sorry to hear that. She's gonna walk inside. Yes, I would like to go on Icon. I love the larger ships. Yeah, me too. I just think there's so much to do, and I know that's probably like that can be a deterrent too, where people think it's too big, you're never going to see it all, and that's probably true. Like you'd be hard pressed to see it all and do it all, but like having the options, like knowing that there's more to do. Thank you so much for your prayers, everyone. Absolutely, of course, Carmen, of course. Um, like having the option of there being something else to do, or something else to see rather than there not being enough. Now, I talk about how sometimes I want to go and sit on a deck chair, and I do, but I'm not usually sitting on it for long because I want to go and see what else there is to see. So, yeah, I definitely like that. Like the idea of the bigger ships, excuse me, with there being so many new and exciting things. Scott Smith saying good morning to Carmelyn. Um, so yeah, I say keep going. I like the big ships. I mean, I guess we might get to a point, and I think Kurt was saying before, how big is the next one going to be, which will be the same class of the Icon class ship, which is the Star of the Seas. If it's going to be bigger, I don't know if we're going to get to a point where we're like, okay, enough is enough. But it doesn't seem like it, at least not anytime soon. I think as long as there obviously have people willing to cruise and wanting to cruise, um, the big ships are going to be quite the draw. So I think that's pretty exciting. Anybody else? Anybody else think, yeah, it's nice and it's new and all, but no, no, thank you. Too big. Kiki, are you concerned about the inaugural at all, or have you been on an inaugural sailing before? I know sometimes they have to work out some kinks on some things, um, and all the extra people. I mean, there's a lot of people who there are going to be a lot of vloggers on there. Not that's not bad. I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of people who are just on to see the newest, latest, and greatest. And there's going to be probably, even though it's not the official press tour for the inaugural, there are going to be other press people there too. So it may be even more hyped besides the folks just excited for their vacation. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to think about how that's going to go. Well, of course, I hope, but I don't know if people see that as a deterrent or it just makes them go, the next new ship, I'm on it, Icon will have to come down the line. Will have to come down on the prices for me. I like having my own cabin, so I'd be paying double. Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive. That's what Kiki was saying earlier. So I understand that. I don't know how many the new ships, the bigger ships are very expensive when they first come out. Now I don't know how many newer, bigger ships have to come before that you start seeing that price go down a little bit. But hopefully you do, and can get on it if that's something that you want to do. But yeah, paying double would be no bueno. That's not good. That's a whole other thing. I don't know if they have solo cabins per se on the Icon. They should. I know the fares are based on double occupancy, and they need so many people in the cabin spending X number of dollars for the profit margins, basically, and for the drinks that they're going to buy and all of that stuff. But there's got to be a better pricing model than to just charge a single traveler double. Because in theory, if there's solo cabins, there's going to be another solo traveler. You're going to get the same number of people traveling, is what I'm saying. So yeah, the revenue should work out. At least that's what I think. I'm not what would be the right job. I'm not a numbers person, but it does seem like it should be based on the overall number of passengers needed on that ship, not specifically in the cabin. But I don't know. Anyway, well, thanks for hanging out with me this morning, you guys. I hear my washer has stopped, so I probably should get up and check on that load. Excuse me, and get the next one ready to go. I hope wherever you are, you're able to do whatever you need to do or want to do today. If it's cold or snowy, be careful, stay warm. Be careful trying to get around in the snow. I know that can be tricky. If you are packing for a trip, think of us because we are ready to go too. But anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. Again, I will be back on Monday for the Monday Mood Check at 7 p.m. And for those who heard me earlier, I'm still on my climb trying to get to monetization. So I think I'm like within 60 subscribers. So help me spread the word, but the watch hours are probably going to be more challenging. So if you could run a playlist for me, I'd appreciate that as well. Anyway, good care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Saturday. Enjoy the weekend. Oh my goodness, the long weekend. I hope it's a long weekend for you all, and that you will have Monday off to celebrate Dr. King, and just have a great weekend. So, thanks again. Take care, everybody. I appreciate you coming in. Bye.